Okay, good morning. Welcome. I thought Buddy and Bella wanted to be in the shop this morning to say good morning and welcome to our home. This is our weekly Facebook Live service, our usual church service time, and while it's not a good time to meet in person right now, we're meeting at our house for a short service for a little time to visit together as a community, to share some spiritual ideas, some prayers. This is Buddy and Bella, our golden retrievers. They're 6. They're brother and sister, and they're excellent companions and excellent teachers because they're so sensitive to energy. And they love treats. Right, Buddy? Okay.
We have Kim Jump and Linda Hill watching.
Oh, wonderful. Hi, Kim. Hi, Linda. Glad you could come this morning.
Mary and Judy.
Marion, Judy, good. Well, say hello, say good morning to Buddy and Bella. Bella, did you look at the camera over there so they can see your pretty face? Come over here. Can you see the pretty face over here? Psst, psst, psst. Over here? Oh, having trouble seeing that. Okay. 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 And we might even get a kitty here. Can you see Valentino over here? He likes these treats too. Buddy, Bella down.
You see a tail.
Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. Hey, Bella, sit for a second there. Can we see Valentino? Down. Good girl. Isn't it wonderful? The miracle of treats to unify the pack. Okay, very good, everybody. All right. Well, good morning. Let's maybe warm ourselves up with a little bit of a chant. A real simple one by Melissa Philippe called I Am Remembering. And Buddy, you might need to let Joe sit there with his guitar. Okay? Come on out here. Oh, look out there. Look. Oh, they're out there on the floor. Go ahead. They're out there. Okay. I think that's probably enough of Buddy and Bella's close-up for this morning. We want to welcome and thank everyone for joining us, whoever's out there. Joe just went to get his capo for his guitar.
That's laid plans.
We had a few questions about the songs we did last Sunday, so going to try to make sure we put the song writers and titles in the comments section this morning. So if you want to look up those songs later, maybe buy a song on iTunes. I do that all the time. I hear a song I like and I can buy it on iTunes for 99 cents or something. It's a good time for uplifting music. Thank you, critters. Remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. Sing with us. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. 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 Lovely way to get centered with a chant like that. So if you're just joining us, or if you've joined us in the last few minutes, thank you for tuning in to our service this morning, all of you in our Unity of Delaware community, or our community at large, or anyone who might be joining us this morning. We're so glad to have you with us. I might warn you if you hear any doggy noises in the background. They sometimes like to tussle and play in the background or bark at any ongoing traffic outside, so we'll carry on. Don't let that disturb you. And let us know if you have any prayer requests or comments. Let us know you're out there. And let us know if there's anything we can do to kind of improve this. It's a new way for us to do service, so we're finding our way with it week by week. So we'll want to join in an opening prayer in just a moment. Had a few prayer requests to share this morning. Prayers for Betty Short this morning, going out to you, Betty. Billy, thank you for calling us for that. Healing prayers, seeing Betty whole and well. Prayers for Kim, our dear one, and prayers for Chris in the healing profession and all those in the front lines like that, helping to support all of us in our hospitals and healthcare facilities. Prayers for Marge and Peter in an assisted living community this morning. And like so many of those places are really kind of locked down right now, and so special prayers for their comfort and their health and well-being. Prayers for all of you who've joined us this morning. Prayers for all of us. Let's just close our eyes for a moment. Feel our gratitude to be able to connect with one another across the miles, across the distance, across the technology that's invisible to us, that is connecting us moment by moment, day by day. We are always in contact. We know that we are one. We send out our prayers, our highest and best thoughts for each other, for people everywhere, for people dealing with illness or afraid of becoming ill, for people caring for those dear ones in our midst who need healing, who need comfort, who need strength. We are united in prayer, seeing all whole and well, seeing this virus pass through swiftly and disappearing as quickly as it came into our lives. We are grateful for the power and presence of God in us that is always healing and renewing and strengthening us. We see it's doing its perfect healing work among us, and we give thanks for it. So it is. Amen. Well, we're going to have a song. We just kind of bring out some of our favorite songs and songwriters for this. And this is another song by the wonderful Tom Kimmel, who we've had visit here with us in the past a few times. A wonderful songwriter. He's done in Hattiesburg this morning. We thank you, Tom, for this wonderful song, which is called See Myself in You.
If I met you on the corner, would I know you as you are? Would I take you for a stranger and brush past you in the door? If you called me, would I hear you? Would I walk away too soon? If I lingered for a moment, would I see myself in you? If I fought you as a soldier, if I had you in my sight, would you ask me to remember who imagined I was right? If you witnessed my surrender, do I know what I would do? If you held me like my brother, would I see myself in you? Well, I dreamed my end was near. I was almost gone. If I dream that dream from here, can I still come home? If you called me, would I hear you? Do I know what I would do? If you held me like my lover, would I see myself in you? If you held me like my mother, would I see myself in you?
Thanks, Joe. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom Kimmel.
Thank you, Tom, for that beautiful song. All right, Joe's going to go over and check that camera, check for any comments, or if anyone's having any difficulty locating us or anything this morning. We sure do thank you for joining us. It's a blessing that we can come together in this way. Since we can't meet in person, that we can meet virtually. And I know people are finding ways, all kinds of media platforms and applications are being used so that we can come together to share spiritual ideas with each other, share some songs and some comfort and inspiration and support. Well, I've been sort of amazed at all the new language coming out these days. As an old English teacher, going way back, I've always been amazed at how quickly language appears. As we get new realities, we need new language to describe it, and so these new words or new combinations of words come out to describe our experience. We're getting a lot of those right now. I was kind of amused. I think it was Marianne Jakes. I think it was on your page, Marianne. I saw some stuff about the new quarantine wardrobe, which I bet you all know exactly what I'm talking about. It's lots of robes and sweatpants and yoga pants and no shaving for men and no jewelry, no reason to get dressed up. It's kind of a whole new wardrobe out there. I can relate to that. But there's all kinds of new things. I hear a lot about good respiratory etiquette nowadays and good hand hygiene, things that have become very important to us. We didn't have those phrases before. And of course, social distancing. Everyone knows about social distancing. I was looking online. There's even the American Sign Language. I remember taking a course in that in college. Has had to come up with new signs for these new concepts to capture what we're going through right now. So here's the sign for social distancing. It's very effective, isn't it? We're all learning these new words. Sheltering in place. I liked on Karen Drucker's newsletter this week, she said, I'm not thinking about it anymore as shelter in place, I'm thinking about it as artist in residence. And I liked the creativity of that way of thinking about it. I was particularly struck by a phrase I learned recently. They called, and apparently it's been around a while, people who do emergency relief work, they talk about disaster convergence. It's a phrase I never heard before. Maybe some of you have. People who work with FEMA and orgs like that use this term, disaster convergence, to describe the way people come together in times of crisis. They converge, they come together. And I think that's absolutely true. And there's a writer by the name of Rebecca Solnit. She kind of travels around and chronicles the transformational things that happen to people when they go through these crises, these disasters. And she talks about the way people have a tendency, they don't fall apart, they fall together. And so I kind of I've been thinking about that all week, the way we are falling together in the midst of this challenge, this adversity we're all facing together. But I like the phrase for it, and I've decided to this is a new phrase I'm working with and thinking about a lot. I'm thinking that we are discovering now our original unity. We're rediscovering it. We're reawakening to it. It's always been true for us that we are unified, that we are in unity, that we're in this together as we are in all things together, that we are interdependent and interconnected, that we are truly one. But we tend to forget about that amid the pressures of culture and politics and nationalism and so on. We forget we are one. We are in this together until something arises like this and we realize we need each other and we have so much support and strength we can share with one another to make us all stronger. There's some amazing giving going on right now, and I find that very heartening and inspiring. A lot of generosity abounding everywhere, with people sharing their gifts in extraordinary ways. Lots of musicians, of course. We love Karen Drucker's music. We shared some video highlights from a visit here several years ago when she was here. She's got a concert tonight, I believe, from her living room. It's part of a Cozy Couch series that CSL is putting out. A lot of our wonderful New Thought musicians are performing from their own homes to ours via Facebook Live like this. I think those concerts 9 o'clock tonight, and I think we'll keep you posted about more of them. Elton John, my goodness, Elton John is doing a big living room concert series with linking in other people like Alicia Keys and so on. Our local Harmony Project Choir is doing airing a concert tonight. Their concert from December, which I've never seen a video of it. I don't think they put it out before. You had to go down to Nationwide Arena to catch that concert. They're airing that tonight. So lots of sharing going on. You can get all kinds of free stuff right now online. You can get free art lessons. You can get free virtual museum tours. You can get free guitar lessons. I liked hearing about that. Fender Guitar, you guitarists know Fender Guitar. They offered 3 months of free guitar lessons to the first, 10,000 people who contacted them or something. You can get dance lessons. The wonderful choreographer Debbie Allen is doing dance lessons like the salsa via Instagram, and people are tuning into these things everywhere. It's just pretty extraordinary how much is going on and how much generosity is going on. And spiritual teachers too. There's a great deal of spiritual enrichment opportunities available to us now, and now we have the time. It's a great time to do it. Dr. Michelle Harkey, who is going to be our guest speaker today, and who will get her scheduled a little bit later after we're back able to use the church building, but she sent along a huge list of just wonderful spiritual teaching opportunities that she wanted me to be aware of, and I suspect many of you already are. But for instance, Oprah Winfrey and Deepak Chopra are doing a 21-day meditation class right now that you can tune into on ChopraCenterMeditation.com, I think it is. Eckhart Tolle has a wonderful teaching out that Marian Jakes from our community posted on our Facebook page. Wonderful teaching about getting through this time in a way that will empower and strengthen us more as we tap into our deeper self. It just makes us think, why so much outpouring of our gifts? Why so much generous sharing? I think it's because we are discovering or re-remembering who we are. We're remembering we are united. We are in this together. We're reawakening to that fact, and we understand we need to share what we have with each other. I think people around the world are thinking, what do I have that I can do? What do I have that I can share to help, to bolster us all? And people are finding unique and diverse and amazing ways of doing that. And I think it's because we know we're united. We know that all hard times are easier to get through together. It's the only way, really. It's kind of like a lesson we got as real little kids. Do you remember being told to hold hands and look both ways before you cross the street? It's a dangerous situation when you're a little one crossing the street. Well, we're crossing through something right now, and we need to do it together. And I think we just know that inside. So it seems to me this is a great time in this adversity, in this challenging time, to bring benefits out of it as we go forward, is to really reflect on who we really are in this time, to dig deeper on, are we united with ourselves and our priorities? Are we living as we should? Are we living in the most helpful ways? Are we experiencing that unity within ourselves so that we can take it forward as we come out of this time and not forget again that unity. one of the important things to reflect on, I think, or helpful, is what are we, not missing so much right now? Isn't it good to set some things aside and maybe have a little more time for certain other things that nourish us deeply? Let's reflect on that. Dig deeper into that. Feel a deeper unity within ourselves, that we're living in alignment with who we really are. And then for our communities, let's reflect on, are we living in unity with one another? Are we living in the kind of community we want that has to do with our awareness of our connection with each other and with other creatures and with the earth, and making choices and decisions that reflect that unity and honor it? If we do that in this time, I think we'll move out of this time, when we come out the other side, bringing forth, with us a deeper feeling of that oneness between us all that will be a blessing to us going forward. So, coming out of this time, we want to have a little prayer together, all of us. And before that, I just wanted to read one little thing. It's a little section of a poem. I love the way poets are sharing their gifts right now, and they're capturing something about what we're discovering. This is Steve Ulrich, who was listening to us from Florida last week. Steve, if you're out there, good morning, and thank you for sending along a poem. I think it might have circulated online a good deal. It's from an Irish priest by the name of Brother Richard Hendrick. It's called Lockdown. This is just a part of that poem. All over the world, people are slowing down and reflecting. All over the world, people are waking up to a new reality, to how big we really are, to how little control we really have, to what really matters, to love. Wake to the choices you make as to how to live now. Today, breathe. Listen behind the factory noises of your fear. The birds are singing again. The sky is clearing. Spring is coming, and we are always encompassed by love. Open the windows of your soul, and though you may not be able to touch across the empty square, sing. Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that. Makes us think of the things we've been hearing about the skies clearing in China from the factories being shut down for a bit, the birds being heard overhead, the Italians singing in quarantine from their balconies. We are expressing our awareness of our unity despite all these circumstances, and that is a tremendous blessing. So let's have a little meditation as we begin to move toward the close on this time together. A little meditation. I'm using an Eastern approach right now called metta, which just means loving kindness, or I like Pema Chodron, she calls it unconditional friendliness. But it's a meditation where we start with ourselves, folding ourselves in loving kindness and friendliness, and then we extend it outward to others. So let's just close our eyes for a moment, feel our joy in being together and feeling that love and life that fills and surrounds us, that breathes us, that flows through us steadily with renewing life. We are filled and surrounded by that loving kindness in this very moment. We are peaceful, we are at ease, we are free of discomfort, dis-ease. We are content, we are healthy, we are well, we are grateful. We affirm that truth for others in our community today, for our loved ones, for our neighbors, for our city, for our state, for our country. Peace, loving kindness, health and well-being, freedom from dis-ease or discomfort of any kind, freedom, well-being. We extend that feeling out even farther to people we do not know, all around the world, to creatures everywhere, to the animals and the fish and the birds of the air. We see all thriving, all healthy and well, free of discomfort or dis-ease of any kind. Free, joyous, well. see our planet enfolded in this love and this light, this renewing life that is always circulating around us, flowing always, orchestrating every movement of our beautiful planet through the universe. All is well. We are united in this feeling of love, of peace, of freedom, of well-being. So we come out of this time of prayer together with grateful hearts and minds, committing ourselves to remembering these high truths for ourselves, for our dear ones, for living beings everywhere through all the days of the week before us. Thank you, God, for your unfailing power and presence in our very midst. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Joe.
Just thank everybody for watching. I was seeing a lot of comments, and
Oh, good.
I don't think I'm fast enough to respond on my iPad
Well,
yet,
we can
but
maybe do some,
we're getting there.
some responses later too. And if there is anything else, any comments or anything that you think might make this work a bit better, let us know. We're going to be doing services this way for a little while still, I think, until we're told it's safe to do otherwise. A couple of other announcements before a closing song that Joe will lead us in. I'm going to put the names of the songs and the songwriters in the comments section after we finish today, so if you want to look into their wonderful music later, you can do that. We do have a couple of monthly events at Unity of Delaware, a men's dinner group and a women's brunch group, and they're going to carry on using the Zoom media application coming up in a week or two, April 8th. I think they're both on that day. The women's brunch at 11 and the men's dinner group at 7 o'clock that night, I think. The people to contact if you want to get connected on that Zoom link, which it's easy to do apparently. They'll just send you a link and you'll kind of click into it, and then you can all see each other on your computer screen. Is Michael Taggart for the men's dinner, and I think you'll find Michael's contact information, a phone number to text in the comment section, and Marian Jakes is coordinating that women's brunch group, so you can contact her also. If you're not getting our e-newsletter each Wednesday to kind of keep you in the loop, send along your email address to us, unitydelawareohio@gmail.com. And finally, as you know, we are, like all churches everywhere, we're supported entirely by donations, and we're relying on them even as we go through this interesting transitional time in our services. We still have our rent and our utilities and our staff expenses, so we are grateful for your continuing donation response, and we've already been getting some generous gifts coming in via PayPal, so thank you so much for that, all of you who've done that already. And I think Joe put in the Facebook comments section, there's a PayPal link today, and you can click on that if you want, and it'll always, after we finish here today, and you can do a donation that way. You can go to our website anytime, unitydelawareohio.org, and there's a donate tab at the top you can click on that'll take you to PayPal, or you can mail a donation tithe check anytime to us at our P.O. Box. It's Unity Church of Delaware, P.O. Box 593, Delaware 43015. So I just want to say, just thank you. Thank you for making this work and for continuing our community in this way. And we will continue to keep each other in prayer. You can send a prayer request anytime to the church on our website. Right at the top, there's a place for prayer requests, and that comes right to my computer here at home. And I can put something out on our prayer request email circle if you want something to go out that way, or hold it in confidence with you. But we want to continue to keep each other in prayer during these times. So thank you to Joe for the wonderful music.
My pleasure.
Today. Aren't we blessed to have him here? It wouldn't work very well otherwise, I think. Want to thank our critters for their little cameo appearances. Right. They do therapy wherever they go, because it's always uplifting to see a golden retriever, I think. And thank all of you for joining us today. Joe's going to sing us out with, it's a favorite of ours. We do it at the church a lot because it's just a nice connecting song. It's by Peter Mayer. It's called Everybody In. You know it? Sing along right where you are. Belt it out. Nobody's watching.
spoke, entreating them to live together in a great circle of love. And when his followers asked him then who should be included, Jesus said, let everybody in, everybody in, everybody into the circle, circle. Everybody, 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 everybody into the circle, circle. Oligarchs and tyrants try to keep some in and everyone else outside, till revolution sweeps across the land and the people all stand and the common folk cry, let everybody in, everybody in, everybody into the circle, circle. Everybody, 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 everybody into the circle, circle. Sometimes a circle is a privileged thing, sometimes a circle is made of only men. Until Susan B. Anthony said, what about me? Let me in, let everybody in, everybody in, everybody into the circle, circle. Everybody, 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 everybody into the circle, circle. Sometimes a circle is a privileged thing, excluding people for the color of their skin, until the voice of Martin Luther King said, let freedom ring, let them in, let everybody in, everybody in, everybody into the circle, circle. Everybody, 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 everybody into the circle, circle. Gay and straight, rich and poor, whole and broken, open up that door. The more we are, the greater we become, and after all, we all are one. Bring in the people, but don't stop there. Bring in the fish in the sea and the birds in the air. Bring in the rivers wide and the mountains tall. We go together or not at all. Let everybody in, everybody in, everybody into the circle, circle. Everybody, 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 everybody into the circle, circle. Let everybody in, everybody in, everybody into the circle, circle. Everybody, 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 everybody into the circle, circle.
All right. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful week. Let's keep in touch any way we can, and know we keep you in prayer, and we're sending out blessings to you as you are to us. We are one. We are united. All is well. All right. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for joining us. We'll just see you again next week. All right. Thank you, Joe, for technical support.
You're welcome.